afternoon. Well, you know what? The sun's going down, and it's basically daylight savings time. So I should say, good evening, social media. Now I realize I have been slacking for a long time, but that's what happens when you have a job that you need to provide the money for your side hustle. Hey, things ain't gonna work. But hey, it is what it is. I'm back. I'm better than ever. Man, oh man, we got some serious topics to go over. But before I get into today's episode, I got my Reaper Apparel jersey on right now. Wait, jersey? Did I say jersey? I'm in my Reaper Apparel hoodie. Man, make sure you click the link in the description of this video so you can get 20% off anything you buy on Reaper Apparel, and be sure to add the code in the link of the Jesus Christ, I cannot talk right now. Make sure you click the link in the description of the video to get 20% off, and use the code in the description of this video to get an extra 10% off. How can you go wrong with 30% off your entire purchase? Because, hey, it's hoodie season. Whether you have a spouse, girlfriend, it doesn't matter. They're going to be looking to steal your fucking hoodies and have a reason why. But enough about that. I understand we got hockey and basketball season going on right now, but football is in full effect, and we got some serious stuff that we need to talk about. So, it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and unfucking censored sports talk show you will find on YouTube. Let's get into today's episode of No Mercy Sports, baby. Yeah! And with Jesus Christ, mouse doesn't want to work today. I don't know what it is. Anyways, with me today is the big man himself, Mr. Spicy Big Mac, Matt Campbell. How you doing, baby? Your mic is muted from what I'm seeing.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh, man.
It's been
like I said, hey, work got us caught up, so schedules ain't going to be lined up. We did have a side hustle going on with a certain somebody, but hey, it is what it is, so we're just going to do our own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hang on a sec. I got the topics right here. Like I said, in the intro video.
Can I give you this spicy take right now? Joe Flacco is starting for the Browns. Take Joe Flacco for the 200 yards and at least one touchdown. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. Take the Browns to win, Flacco for 200 yards and one passing touchdown. Joe Flacco hasn't had that type of talent on an offense since he won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree to that. And that's exactly that's exactly why I called you Spicy Big Mac. You got some big takes. You got some spicy takes. That is a big spicy take, big man.
Oh, I'm taking it to the bank.
Oh my God. The parlay you sent me, it wouldn't surprise me if it hit.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, bro, I was bored yesterday at work, right? On my lunch break. Sitting back in the back office, I put together a little parlay. I was like, I put $5 on it. Sure shit, $5 turns into $500.
Oh my God. But like I said, hockey season and basketball season may be in full effect, but football season has taken over. We got some serious shit that we need to talk about. There is some stale bread, or I should say Staley Bread, going on in LA, and it ain't for the Rams. Mr. Brandon Staley cannot get out of his own freaking way and would rather throw the defense and the coordinator under the bus. So, will Brandon Staley be fired by the end of this season, or should the Chargers take the route of the Panthers and fire him right fucking meow?
Fire him right now. Why wait? Why wait? Rip that Band-Aid the fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, there's no sense. Like, and for me, I mean, and we're being completely honest. Like, I definitely didn't see the Panthers firing him. I didn't see. I thought they'd at least give him 2 years. Like, no matter what the record. I mean, I understand one win, only one fucking win. But at the same time, like, who's your running back? Who's
Yeah,
your tight end? Who's your main wide? Your main wide receiver is a guy who's on the last part of his career.
Mm.
So no, it's absolutely ridiculous.
No, it really is. And it makes total sense that the Chargers should get rid of Brandon Staley. He is wasting one of the prime of many years of Justin Herbert, for crying out loud. And they blew a 27-point lead in the fucking playoffs against the Jaguars, who had no business being there in the first place.
I mean, I'm not. I can't argue with you there. I completely agree. The fact that he still has a job. Like, again, my whole thing is like 2 years. You have 2 years.
Yep.
Honestly, most coaches you should give them 3.
Yeah,
Okay, because it takes 3 years to put your fingerprints on a team. It
absolutely.
does. The first year you get there, you get whatever's left over from the last head coach and the GM. All right.
Yep.
The second year, okay, now you're starting to bring some of your guys in. That third year, that okay, now I got a core of my guys.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like Campbell in Detroit. So
I mean, the Chargers, they have the talent on offense. They have the talent on
it's the
defense.
fucking coach. Fuck that fucking coach. How the fuck bro, your defense should be top of the fucking league. Okay,
Exactly.
You got Bosa,
It should be top 5 or at least in the running with Cleveland for best in the league. I mean,
it's a goddamn shame. And in the offense, it is a goddamn shame. On third down, the weapons and the shit that Herbert can do. You like
right.
what the fuck? And then the situational football is probably the worst. The worst. Like, and I'm just saying, from teams that have talent from top to bottom of their roster, they have every positional player. They at least have one good, talented guy.
Right.
It's same thing on their defense. How the fuck are you? You don't have 6 or 7 wins this season? How?
No, it blows me away. Now, granted, they did draft Quentin Johnson, wide receiver out of TCU, when they had guys like Zay Flowers and others in the draft. But from my point of view, Quentin Johnson looked like he was the best bet to suit a guy like Justin Herbert, because Keenan Allen is essentially on his way out of there.
Yeah, I mean, see, listen. He's the type of guy, he needs big body wide receivers so he can hit him and get him the ball. Absolutely. So no, he was a great pick for that. If you see, I've seen some of the Chargers games, he's played really well.
Yeah.
Fuck that tight end. Like if what's his name? Fairmouth or whatever. It starts with a P. H whatever. He's 6'8", bro. He's got a wingspan of damn near 7 fucking foot. Are you kidding me? How is that guy not out on the field every fucking snap? Throw him in the goddamn slot. What the fuck is a cornerback that ain't even 6'2" gonna do against him? He's 6'8". Put that bitch on the top shelf. That little man ain't jumping that fucking high.
See,
Come
what
on.
bugs me the most is that social media wants to get on the fact that Quentin Johnson dropped what was going to be the go-ahead, possible nail in the coffin for the Chargers. The fact that he dropped the ball and it was like, oh, yeah, you had guys like Zay Flowers and Jordan. What the fuck are those guys going to do? Now, granted, Jordan Addison is balling out in Minnesota. I mean, it doesn't matter if you had Kirk Cousins, Joshua Dobbs, or even Jake Browning or Tommy DeVito from the New York Giants under center. That man is balling the fuck out. Let me talk to you. That's a celebration for the Giants, though. And then Zay Flowers, He's got Lamar Jackson under. Excuse me. He's got Lamar Jackson under center, and then on top of that, on the other end, he's got Odell Beckham Jr.
Hold on. Most of the season, he hasn't, though.
Really?
Half the season, Odell hasn't played.
What?
So he played a couple games, and then he was out a couple games. Then he played a couple games, and then he kind of really didn't get too many yards. One look, and then it was like the last 2 games, man. He turned that switch on. He finally feels confident.
Motherfucker, OBJ is still in love with that kicking net, isn't he? I know what I'm talking about because that was a running gag for so long. If you're a Giants fan,
Yeah, no, I can honestly say though, like, bro, he's with the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that type of mentality. It's
no,
just not.
especially when you're playing under John Harbaugh, that's a different mentality
Well,
without question.
I'm more so talking about the guys in the locker room.
Mm.
Like the way we carry this. No, we got Roquan Smith on the
Mm-hmm.
defensive side. You got Lamar Jackson on the offensive side. You know what I mean? Like we're just our team is built different. Our mentality is built different. You're not going to cry and whine because you didn't get looks. You're going to be happy because we fucking won.
Yeah, and on top of that, you got one of the worst, or one of the worst winning teams on your tail right now, and I ain't talking about Cleveland.
Oh, you talking about Pittsburgh?
Yes, sir.
Listen, I'm not worried about Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett will listen. He'll do his own destruction. Okay, he'll do his own destruction because like you can everybody blame Matt Canada, but my whole thing is, bro, you were looking at your hot route. You looked your hot route the entire fucking time, and then as you're looking at Bam, so they know right where to cover. He's covered underneath. He's covered over top. So then by the time you look at your second route, you're getting fucking sacked. You got to throw a shitty fucking ball. Like, that's quarterbacking. That's quarterbacking. I'm sorry.
No, it really is. But honestly, I mean, there were a few plays.
I'm not saying some of the fault wasn't Matt Canada because he was calling some bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, even Kenny Pickett called an audible that led to being the winning touchdown for the Steelers, and Matt Canada was acting like somebody just shot his freaking significant other or mother in front of him, and it was like, oh no, that shouldn't have happened. Like, you won the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's kind of how it goes sometimes. Like some people are just they're mean people. They're worried about themselves and what they think.
Right.
And it's like, don't get me wrong, like, yeah, you shouldn't let a lot of people what other people think and involving too much on you. But at the same time, like, this is a very social media led league.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you sitting here calling some bullshit, you think you're not gonna get called out?
I mean, we're in such a social media led league that the NFL was like, hey, we're gonna crack down on unsportsmanlike penalties and trash talking. That DK Metcalf himself on the side is learning sign language as a touchdown celebration. To literally trash talk hit the opponents that they face, and it's working.
Bro, so for me, bro, DK Metcalf, I was a happy motherfucker. He's on my fantasy team.
Oh man! Oh god! I think I had Tyler Lockett starting. Let me check my fantasy league real quick.
Yeah, I had Smith, and I had Metcalf. Metcalf scored 30-some points, and Smith scored
Man.
16.
Oh shit! Well, you know what? Tyler Lockett did technically get me 10 points, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, I had Smith in my back flex.
Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, so getting back to the point at hand, Brandon Staley has got to go. Like, this is a head coach who is one of the best defensive mindsets in the league, and he's wasting one of many prime years for Justin Herbert. Like, it's infuriating that when you call something and you're right about it, and you have radios like ESPN and Fox Sports saying like, oh yeah, he should be let go. Like, we've been calling that from the get-go. He should be gone right now. There is no reason that he should still be the head coach for the freaking San Diego Chargers. Just, it blows me away just because it's like you're wasting the start, essentially, of the face of the franchise, prime years being Justin Herbert, and they're, what do they have, like 4 or 5 wins on the season?
Yeah, I believe they have 4 wins this season.
He's got to go. He
Yeah.
has got to freaking go.
Listen. I'm just saying, with that team, I'd have at least 6 wins right now. There's no
Yeah.
way you wouldn't have 6 wins. Like I'm just like don't get me wrong. I played football. I understand football, but I mean, I'm talking about basic fucking. You got Elker and fucking
Keenan
Kelly.
Allen.
Yeah, I mean, you have so many different offensive weapons that you can use. So you got the different formations that you can use. And
Yeah.
again, it's like not utilizing these guys. Like the whole thing is like, okay, your offensive line isn't good against the 5-step drop back.
Yeah.
Okay, bam. So what do you stop fucking doing? You stop doing the 5-step fucking drop back. You do a 3-step and pump. Okay, 3 seconds.
Herbert is a still mobile quarterback, too. The last time I checked, he's got legs that aren't broken.
I mean, again, to me, it all comes down to the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, you've been there for how many years now? What's it, 3, 4 years he's been there?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, if you ain't got it together now, what the fuck makes you you're not going to get it together?
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. That
now
is what I'm saying.
my
So,
is if you can't get to the playoffs and win within your first 3 or 4 years in the league, you ain't cut for the league.
yeah.
Ain't cut for it. I'm sorry. Like, even if you just gotta make it to the playoffs and win. That's it. Win
Yeah.
the wild card game. That shows like, okay, you are progressing. I don't even think they've won a wild card game since he's been there. They
No,
made
they
it
had a
one.
wild card game against the Jaguars and blew a 27-point lead.
That's why I'm saying, like, you have to win. You have to win once.
It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And unfortunately, the Chargers were their own demise because of Brandon Staley's poor decision making.
Yeah.
But speaking of head coach, this is gonna be a head coaching episode. But speaking of head coaches, for the first time since 1997, the Michigan Wolverines have won 3 in a row against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, there's a lot of Ohio State fans that are saying head coach, I believe Ryan Day. They're saying that he should go because, look, I get it, rivalry weekend. I mean, even you look at Alabama and Auburn, the Iron Bowl. It's one of the most important games of the year that you need to win. And the fact that Ohio State has lost the last 3 straight, fans are saying that it's time to move on from Ryan Day. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, if you're gonna base everything off of, not just total wins and losses, just this one game, then I mean, I get it. I get it. It's like how the rivalry was with Boston and Miami. It's how the rivalry has always been with the Wizards in Miami. So it's kind of like those are the Ravens and Steelers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's something that it doesn't matter if you were here when it was at the most intense period. It doesn't matter if then now it is the most intense period. Like it's just something like it doesn't matter. We mark this motherfucker every fucking schedule. Boom.
It's a circle mark on your calendar that it's like we need to win this game or the head coach of the team needs to be gone because we couldn't win the game.
Yeah, now again, like I said, if that's one of your big things, like he has to check that box, he hasn't checked the box, then I mean, I can understand it, but like I said, seeing the total picture, if it lines up, then absolutely. If not, then shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Because I mean, there's always next year. There's
Right.
always fucking next year. But my biggest problem with that, especially when it comes to college coaches, is because your team can be absolute shit this year. But you get a couple real good young guys that come in there. You get a couple transfer portal guys. Next thing you know, you got a fucking team that's competing for a bowl. So
Exactly.
and that can change in 1 year. Look at Dion. Dion took a team that didn't win a like that. What they win?
They won one game last
One game,
year.
one fucking game. He's already quadrupled that.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't bring in a bunch of fucking D1 linemen, he
Yeah.
didn't bring in a bunch of fucking D1 fucking offensive guys. He did like there's a lot that he's still like. That's what I said. Go next year. Next year, all you guys
Oh,
that are
my God.
fucking man. He's gonna make
For
you
anybody trying
shit.
to disrespect Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes, do you realize how many players are it's out the door, round the block to fucking whatever state is closest to Colorado? That is how many players
That line
want
is
to
going
play
from
under
fucking
Deion
Colorado
Sanders.
to Las Vegas. Them motherfuckers are like people are just lining up in Vegas, like, oh shit, is this the line? No, this is for Dion's team. You
Yes.
stand in line.
The
Like,
amount of players out of high school or in the transfer portal that want to play for Deion Sanders is unreal.
oh yeah, I mean, shit. Like I said, man, I would sign my kid up tomorrow.
Mm. Hey, your kid looked like he could play for Colorado. Man, is he fucking big. Woo! That's a but yeah, no, like the saddest thing is I was listening to ESPN radio and there were so many Ohio State fans that were like, you know what? I would rather beat Michigan than win the national championship. I understand beating a rival is one thing, but the national championship, that is another thing.
But listen.
That cements your legacy.
I fucking hate the Steelers. Okay, I fucking
Mhm.
hate them. I would lose to the Steelers every year if that meant that I won the fucking Super Bowl. But I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I get it, but still, like, when it comes to Die Hard, it's like, are you really that die hard that you would rather beat your rival for one game versus winning a national championship or a friggin' Super Bowl, for crying out loud?
That's it's just to me it seems very minute in the big picture. The big picture is the bowls, it's the championships,
Mm-hmm.
it's the hardware. If you're
Yep.
not playing for hardware, what the fuck are you playing for?
Yeah.
So
Now, like, I get it. Urban Meyer is a perfect example for Ohio State fans because he went 7-0 against Michigan in the game, but I'm sorry, the Iron Bowl tops everything. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, Urban Meyer went 7-0 against Michigan, and so yeah, maybe Ohio State should look for another head coach to be like, oh, well, we want a guy to come in to make sure that we beat Michigan. It doesn't matter if we're undefeated, but like when it comes to rivals, that's unfortunately how important winning is for certain schools and certain franchises. I mean, let's be honest. The Ravens and Steelers rivalry that easily carried the rivalry for the 2000s, and it's not even close.
no, hold on. I'll say it went from the mid 2000s all like mid to early 2000s all the way until kind of now.
Okay.
Before that, from 1996 to about 2003, it was the Titans and the Ravens. That was the rivalry.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
as a Ravens fan, bro. When I tell you, I lived in Tennessee. I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee, for 2 motherfucking years. Okay, them motherfuckers used to talk about Eddie George.
I was gonna say Ray Lewis. When it came to the Ravens and Titans, the only player he could talk about was Eddie George. Why? Because he wanted the advantage.
Bro, when I tell you, I fucking hated Steve McNair. Hated him with a fucking passion.
For good reason.
And then we turned around and brought him in here to the Ravens, and it was like he got us on the cusp. Like when I tell you that if there was a team that should have won that motherfucking Super Bowl, it was the 2007 goddamn was 2006 or 2007. I think it was 2006 Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, when oh my god, the Patriots went undefeated.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
bro. If everybody would have been healthy, that playoff run, nobody would have fucked with us. Nobody.
Man.
We'd have killed Tom Brady, bro.
Let me talk to you. When I was witnessing the Tennessee Titans and the greatest show on turf in the Super Bowl, man, I was so heavy on the Titans at the time. When I saw Derrick Mason come up so short of the touchdown, oh my god, words cannot describe the tears that were falling from my face. Like, we had a pool going, I had the Titans winning because they were that underdog team.
No, I mean I definitely remember the Super Bowl, but yeah, no, we were on the other side. We were cheering for the bagger. Mr. Kurt Russell.
Yep. Kurt Warner, Isaiah Bruce, Corey Holt, Marshall Faulk. Oh, there's a reason they were called the greatest show on turf.
And you forgot Bruce. How you forget Bruce? Bruce
Isaiah Bruce? I mentioned him.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say. I was like, hold on, because I heard Holt, I heard Faulk.
How can I forget one of the greatest offensive linemen of all time, Orlando Pace? Man,
he was a fucking monster.
Oof, 6'7", over 330 pounds. Nah, I ain't messing with that.
I would.
All right, but
like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, no, I'm a pretty big fucking guy myself. Okay,
now maybe your kid has a chance at Orlando Pace. How big is that kid? He looks like he's 350 easily, solid.
You talking about my kid?
Yeah,
he's like 280 or 290.
No, the fucking no.
Yeah.
That's a solid 280, 290 if I've ever seen it.
Oh yeah. Nah, I mean, that's like me, bro. Like, no, most people when they're like, man, how tall are you? You're 6'6". Oh man, what you about? 280, 290? I'm 350.
Man, your kid is a solid 280, 290. Oh my god. I can't even give enough compliments of how solid he is. Like, I saw the picture that you sent in the Messenger the Messenger app. I was like, bro, if I'm at college, I'm making sure, like, Bama, Auburn, like SEC, or even Big Ten at that. Well, I'm recruiting that fucking kid.
Yeah, no, I mean, and look, bro, that's what I'm trying to talk to him about now. Like, he's hitting one of them slippery slopes where he wanted to skip school and stuff and hang out with the homies, and it's like,
no,
bruh, yeah. So,
he's in that senioritis.
And the whole thing, no, he's in 10th grade. That's the thing. Because, like, bro.
Don't think just because you're good at being a lineman in football, you got it made. No.
Oh, no. That. He got bounced off the team. because he failed.
What?
Yep, he failed a class and got bounced off the team, and then that's when it just slippery slope on down.
Oh, poor kid.
I'm like, man, I'm hoping now. I mean, there's still time. He can get his act together, but hey, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I got another one.
All right. So we're gonna keep the conversation in football. Now, unfortunately, Carolina isn't exactly off to the best start that the owner, David Tepper, because he's the problem. Yeah. Huh? I said he's a problem. Yeah. Because this idiot decided to fire Frank Reich after a 1-10 start because the owner David Tepper believed that Bryce Young was the next quarterback that could transcend the freaking Carolina Panthers into a playoff Super Bowl winning team. Nah. That ain't the case. Now, you got an out-of-prime Adam Thielen. You got Miles freaking Sanders, who ain't been the same since he left Philadelphia. You got DJ. Is it DJ Shark? The wide receiver that came from friggin' Jacksonville. But
Shark,
whatever the hell his name is.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, yes, you put some good weapons around Bryce Young, but I mean, the O-line is basically the Chicago Bears because Bryce Young is running for his freaking life. The defense cannot do a single fucking thing to prevent the other team from fucking scoring. So, did David Tepper make the right choice in firing Frank Reich, or did he doom the Carolina Panthers for years to come?
Oh, he definitely doomed them. He definitely doomed them. Because now here's the whole thing. Like, Frank Reich came into the NFL and he's won.
Yeah.
He's gotten to the playoffs. He won a playoff game.
Yeah.
Okay. So for you to hire him and not think that he like okay, we're gonna have at least 2 or 3 bad years before this really starts to kick off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you didn't go in thinking you were gonna have 2 bad years, then you just weren't realistic. And I'm happy he took your money and now he's gonna be getting paid to sit at home.
Yeah. He's getting the Bobby Vanilla treatment, for crying out loud. He's literally getting paid to sit at home and watch football. It's insane.
Yep.
Just
because I mean it's like, and it's the same thing with these GMs, and it's just, to me, it's mind-boggling that you can guarantee a fucking coach, okay, essentially an NFL player's salary, okay, fully guaranteed this guy's going to get it no matter what, no matter he gets caught banging his secretary in the middle of the fucking I-95 interstate, okay. Like he's gonna get that money because it's all guaranteed, no matter what he does. Absolutely. So why the fuck can't we guarantee these NFL players their contracts, especially the small ones? It's like the guys who are making fucking 12 mil over 3 years. Why can't you guarantee that?
Unfortunately, they're on that rookie contract. They ain't making shit.
But again though, why? Everything should be guaranteed when it comes to that stuff. There's no,
it should be. You're absolutely right.
If you tell me the head coach, the GM, the assistant coach, to this person, to that person, whatever contract they sign, if they get fired, they still get all the agreed upon money.
Yeah.
There you go. So why isn't everybody like that?
No, I mean, I completely get it. I mean, I heard something on ESPN radio that it was like, oh, Frank Reich wanted CJ Stroud. Look what he's doing in Houston right now. Now, he probably wouldn't be doing the same thing in Carolina if he was in Houston. But at the same time, if I'm a Panthers fan and I'm seeing what CJ Stroud is doing over in Houston, oh, man, I'm fucking making sure I kick myself in the nether regions because that kid is balling.
Listen. I'm just gonna be honest here. Bryce Young shouldn't have been picked up before the 3rd round.
No, I completely agree.
I mean, look. You can say what you want, but I felt the same way about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Same thing about Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is like at best late 2nd round pick. He's not somebody who's going to be a complete franchise guy. He's more of a stopgap guy. And now,
Yeah.
what has he been in his career now? He's known as a stopgap guy. He might spend another year in fucking with the Buccaneers, and then he's gonna go somewhere else, and he'll
Yep.
be a stopgap guy. And then
Oh, he's going to be a journeyman.
yeah, I mean, and that's it. Like, and it's like unfortunate for some guys, but it's like, bro, that's all your talent is.
Yeah,
That's you're
exactly.
talented at doing just enough when it's just enough needed. But
Yep.
here's the whole thing: like, how many teams just want just enough to win the game? Nobody
Right.
does. They always want more, so they push the quarterback into doing some shit he doesn't want to do. He's not comfortable doing, but that's your play call, so he's
Yeah.
going to do it any fucking way. So that there you go. You like that. That's why it's like the responsibility goes on to the coach of the plays that he calls. If you're
Yeah.
calling stupid, shitty plays, then yeah, that's fucking on you.
Yeah.
But the quarterback's still the one that's throwing the fucking ball. So when you're throwing
Unfortunately, that is the
interceptions,
case.
you know what I'm saying? Like the whole
I
thing
mean,
is it's 100% legal to throw the ball out of bounds,
yep.
past the line of scrimmage. You
Yep.
don't have nothing, get rid of it. Well, like
Exactly.
in my head, and like even when I play pickup football, like all-time quarterback, okay, no problem, boom. You know what I mean? I'm too big to tackle people. They don't want me to hit them. They're like, you go play all-time quarterback. Okay, no problem. Like it's on me if I throw that motherfucking interception. Like if
Yeah.
that guy's not open, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna throw it out. You
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Absolutely.
I'm counting to 3 in my head. By the time I say 3, that ball's coming out. Whether it's going out of bounds or to somebody, it's getting the fuck out of my hands.
Straight facts.
It
I
doesn't.
mean, look what Carolina gave up just to get the Bears' 1st-round pick. They gave up not only a wide receiver that literally would have complimented Bryce Young.
He didn't want to be there no more. He didn't want. I mean, that's kind of why the trade happened is because DJ Moore didn't want to be there.
Oh, wow. That's actually interesting. I honestly saw it as like, yo, you're giving up one of your best wide receivers and a fucking haul of draft picks for years to come that you could build around your quarterback. And now the Bears, we're going to get to you in a moment. Now the Bears are essentially going to reap the freaking benefit.
And I mean, that shit is sad.
It really is. The 2024 draft pick is essentially supposed to be the #1 draft pick. It's fucking crazy, in my opinion. And since we're on the topic, and since I brought up Chicago, the Bears, let me talk to ya. Y'all have been the most dysfunctional fucking franchise I have ever seen since Jay Cutler left in 2016. Y'all move up to draft Mitchell Trubisky. Now, granted, he wasn't exactly the guy because he started like what, 4 or 5 games, or he had one full season during his time in North Carolina. And then you look at him and think, oh, that's our guy. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Because,
But I mean, hold on. Do you remember the biggest thing on Patrick Mahomes?
yeah, the
His competition.
505 yards that he had against Oklahoma during his time at Texas Tech.
Yeah, no. So it was the talent that he played against. Okay. So him playing at Texas Tech was the big shot because it's like, okay, well, these are most of the teams that he played against, and most of these teams weren't really that fucking good.
Yeah.
That's where the big shot was. But again, and I've said this multiple times on multiple different shows and platforms, when I knew Patrick Mahomes should have been the first overall pick of that draft was when what was his name? Steve Mariucci put him on the whiteboard. It was on NFL Network. He put him on the whiteboard, and most of the top quarterbacks do, where Steve Mariucci will draw up a play on the whiteboard, right? He'll sit there and tell exactly where the hot route is, what everybody's doing, what the play call is. Flips the board. I'll copy it, and I want exactly what I just showed you.
Oh, shit.
Patrick Mahomes. What was it? It was Patrick Mahomes. Who was it? The other fucking quarterback. Why can't Jared? Wasn't it Jared Goff?
It might have been Jared Goff or maybe Trey Lance, I want to say.
No, Trey Lance was not in the same draft as Patrick Mahomes.
I honestly believe that he was. Oh God. Definitely. I really want to say Trey Lance because I know for a fact that he was a part of that draft class.
So was it 2017?
2017, yes. I believe so.
Boom, boom, boom. So it went Myles Garrett, Mitch Trubisky.
Yep.
We got Leonard Fournette. Oh, damn. Corey Davis, Jamal Adams, Mike Williams, John Ross. Like,
Ain't no way it was that guy.
Was it? Yeah, it was. Because TJ Watt came out.
Okay.
It was Tre'Davious White, Jabril Peppers, David Njoku, Adoree Jackson, Marlon Humphrey, Hassan Riddick, Deshaun Watson, Marshawn Lattimore.
Might have been Deshaun Watson.
Nah, it was Mitchell Trubisky. Boom, boom. Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh, the motherfucker that went to the fucking Packers.
I know there was one more. I'm sitting here looking through. I'm scrolling through. There's Davis Webb. Oh, fucker. Wikipedia is such a dick. I did get a new laptop. Well, my wife got a new laptop.
Oh, okay. What'd you get?
It's a Mac something. It's super thin though. Giant screen.
Oh, MacBook Air?
It might be.
Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna just say this: the Bears, since Jay Cutler has retired, have been the most dysfunctional franchise in NFL history. They they move up in the draft to get Mitchell Trubisky. Now, granted, they had a successful season, but let's be honest, that 2017-2018 season was easily carried by that defense, especially with Khalil Mack leading the way. And I dare you to change my mind. Are you kidding? But the Bears offense, it was essentially Joakim Noah. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. But what they lacked in offense, they damn sure made up in defense. So, unfortunately, the Bears are going to be remembered for that fucking double doink. Thanks, Cody Parkey.
See, for me, you know what my fondest memory of the Bears is?
What's that?
And as much as I fucking hate him, I hate Mark Trestman. But you realize he's the last, and I might be the only head coach to ever coach a team with 3 wide receivers, not 1, not 2, but 3 wide receivers with over 1,000 yards in a season.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember that year? I know you're all you guys are old enough. I can't. What year was that? It could have been 2014 or 2015.
I mean, I was still in the Navy at the time, so like when we were out to sea, I had limited to no access to a television, and even when I was in the barracks, I still had limited to no access to a television. My fondest memories were meeting up at a B-dubs with my buddy halfway to watch football games, and it was just yeah. But aside from that, after that 2017-2018 season, they fire the GM and head coach. They bring in new people, and they're like, "Oh, well, we don't want to work with Mitch Trubisky, so he's gone. But we're going to move up in the draft to get Justin Fields out of Ohio State. Bring him in. He's the guy." 4 years later. Now, granted, the kid has potential. I'm going to say that. He has potential, but he hasn't had the weapons. Arguably, his best weapon was Allen Robinson, and he got moved to LA. So now they bring in a new GM and head coach, Matt Eberflub, or as my wife likes to call him, Mr. Humberflub from the Cat in the Hat movie. And I believe the new GM is Ryan Pohl, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, so they bring in new guys on board, and they're just like, well, we don't want to work with Justin Fields because, yeah, we got DJ Moore and a haul of draft picks. We're essentially going to give Justin Fields, DJ Moore, and the freaking haul that we got to draft up and get Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr. It doesn't matter. They're trying to move on from him. But no. What the Bears need to do, they need to get a wide receiver, obviously being Marvin Harrison Jr., to complement DJ Moore and build the goddamn offensive line that is so easy to get through. It's like going through a wet paper bag for most defenses. And it just, for me, it's like, no, don't move on. Don't try to draft up to get one of the quarterbacks that are in this draft class. Get another wide receiver to help complement DJ Moore. Build a goddamn offensive line and make Justin Fields what he looked like at fucking Ohio State. Because last year, Justin Fields led the league in rushing, and he was a quarterback. So clearly he isn't the problem, because Matt Eberflub and the offensive coordinator are like, no, you're a pocket passer, and we're going to go for a fucking wide receiver screen for 87% of the goddamn game. And we'll hope that works. There was even talk that Justin Fields should go to the Bears, and the New England Patriots should try to work something out. Oh my God, do not get rid of the fucking hole that you got, or Bears. If you're listening to this or watching this, do not get rid of the goddamn haul that you got from Carolina just to trade it to the Patriots and put it under a genius mind of Bill Belichick so he can make Justin Fields look like the next goddamn Tom Brady.
I don't think that can happen.
I mean, that.
I see too many holes in Justin Fields' game, and
Right.
the fact that he like half of his problems are mental.
Yeah.
Mental mistakes.
I mean, I was even talking to my wife about this, and she was like, well, he's known to go rogue. Yeah, because he doesn't have a good fucking offensive coordinator. You know what a guy like Bill O'Brien could do with Justin Fields under center? Like, granted, they don't have the best wide receivers. They got the greatest of all time when it comes to the gritty, being Mike Gesicki. I'm saying that for clicks. Because because obviously the two best are Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. But
mean-
still,
Don't they have Hunter Henry too?
yes, they do.
So, I mean, bro, if
They even have two of the best power running backs. Now, granted, Ezekiel Elliott isn't what he used to be when he first came to Dallas, but they got Ramondre. I really hope I said that right. Ramondre Stevenson, who just runs angry. Like, those two guys just wear the defense down. But, still, they're wasting the potential that Chicago is wasting the potential that Justin Fields has just to make him a pocket passer and get fucking annihilated in the goddamn pocket because that offensive line couldn't stop a nosebleed. But the question is, should the Bears move on from Justin Fields?
Yes, they have to.
What?
He doesn't fit their scheme. They clearly don't want to work with him.
That's fair.
Listen.
And the results
Lamar Jackson is as fucking good as he is because of Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Because Harbaugh let him do his fucking thing.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And they took a huge gamble on him, on picking him when they did, and everything like that. But
I was skeptical of Lamar Jackson when he made his starting debut for the Ravens. It was like, oh, there's nobody out of Louisville? What is he going to do?
Listen, the fact that people wanted him to try out as a wide receiver, as a running back. They wanted him to play other positions. So let's be honest. So you're going to disrespect him that much? Guess what was the only team that literally gave him plans, showed him a playbook, and treated him as a quarterback? Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. The results speak for themselves.
Lamar Jackson said, as soon as they heard that Baltimore traded up, boom, his phone rang. He knew it was the Ravens. He knew it was the Ravens. Like, I mean, let's be honest here. It was a perfect fit.
Yeah. I mean, Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens what Michael Vick was to the Falcons.
Now hear me out.
Okay.
I will say this. I think Joe Flacco's time was cut short because of how skillful Lamar Jackson was.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I will say, honestly, if Joe Flacco would have been healthy and Joe Flacco would have the weapons that Lamar has today, Joe Flacco wouldn't have got benched.
No, I completely agree with that.
He put out the pasture. It wouldn't have happened. I mean, that's my personal opinion, because Joe had a lot of football left in him. But
absolutely.
That was the whole thing, though. He was getting his ass kicked there for them 3, 4, 5, 6 bad motherfucking years after we won the Super Bowl. And it's like he's getting fucking killed behind the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it was come time, like, okay, we're going to draft another quarterback. All right, so the plan's what? Like, okay, let's get him ready. Let's sit him behind Joe for 2-3 years, and let's get it done. Instead, it's like, nope, Joe goes down. Put Lamar in. Joe's healthy again. Guess what? No, we ain't taking Lamar
out. Yeah, so what is it? He's reaching, 5,000 rushing yards in his 82nd, 83rd game in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, it took guys like Cam Newton and Michael Vick nearly 1,000 games to get 5,000 rushing yards. But then again, they did have some serious weapons. But at the same time, like Lamar Jackson, under Jim Harbaugh.
Hold on. I think you misspoke that, because you said 1,000 games. You mean 100 games?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because I'm sitting here thinking of 1,000.
Yeah. I was like, wait. Yeah. As soon as you brought it up, I was like, wait a minute. The math ain't mathin'.
Yeah. No. Because I'm like, even if you did 20, Jesus Christ, that motherfucker. How many decades did they play?
But yeah, no, like I said, I was skeptical of Lamar Jackson just because he was coming out of essentially like when you look at the ACC, like who's aside from Florida State, who's really running that conference? You know, and it was like, oh, well, they're bringing in this freaking nobody that finished. Oh God, where did he finish in that? Because I know he was in the Heisman hunt.
He won the Heisman the 1 year.
Oh yeah, because I know RG3 won the Heisman, and he came out of Baylor. So it was like, oh, they're bringing in this friggin' Heisman Trophy winner out of Louisville. They only know basketball, and it's like, oh, cool, he can ball out. Let's see what he does in a full season. Oh wow, he's still okay. Okay, I take back what I said. Man can ball.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, it was just like the blatant disrespect where people were like, "Oh, well, I mean, you've got a running back, you don't have a quarterback," and it'd be like, "Bro,
Man can throw.
did that motherfucker not just dot up motherfucking 3 touchdowns in one game? Did he not? Oh, they were wide open. What does that matter? He hit him. He
I
hit him. How
mean,
many
the
times
dude is a Baltimore version of Michael Vick. That man is putting in little to no effort in his throws, and it's going at least 75 yards down the field.
Now, this is the one benefit that I will say to all offenses. Okay, teams do not devise complete game plans around the run anymore.
Yeah.
That right there in itself is how it literally it helps you gain them extra yards. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from Lamar's talent, but the fact that a lot of his runs are him scrambling in the pocket and then phew. Now, all the jukes, the cuts, the extra yardage, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
all him. That's all him. But the
Yep.
simple fact is that because of the position he plays and how the defenses are now, most guys, if you leave a spy, that means you know what I mean. You're more than likely going to load the box, which means what?
Fact.
That he can throw over your head,
Yep.
right? Then if you go in the back, what happens? You guys lay back. You're in zone coverage. Oh, he's going to exploit you. He's going to sneak out the pocket.
Yep.
He
No,
he
straight
can
facts.
fuck
And
with
I
you either
completely
way.
agree with that. But we're getting a little off topic here.
Yeah.
My thing is, with the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields, they should not give up what they got from Carolina just to trade him to go up in the draft and get somebody like Caleb Williams or friggin' Michael Penix Jr. and be like, oh, this is the guy we want to build around. You have fun. Like, essentially give up what they got from Carolina, and the team that got what they got from Chicago reaps the freaking benefits. Like, you take what you got, you get another wide receiver that complements DJ Moore, because, oh my God, is Chicago using him wrong in the worst way possible. Like, the man himself is even complaining.
Yeah. Bro, you know what the biggest disappointment for me on that team is? Fucking Komet, bro. That guy is a fucking beast, bro. And the fact that you don't get fucking 5 or 6 looks easily, like on his best game, I think he got 6 targets.
I was gonna say, if it ain't DJ Moore, it's damn sure Cole Kmet.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he's got the best hands. He's one that I've seen consistently. They throw the ball to him on 3rd down, and he catches the motherfucker. He don't catch it. He will violently get to that fucking 1st down mark.
Yeah. Well, offensively speaking, you got 2 guys, potentially 3, and I'm including Darnell Mooney. You got potentially 3 guys that you can build around, including your quarterback, that can help get you points and 1st downs. And y'all are just like, you know what? Justin Fields ain't the guy. We're just gonna we see what the quarterback class is for this year's draft. So we're gonna give up what we got from Carolina just so we can get a guy like Caleb Williams or some other fucking shit. It blows, like, they've been so dysfunctional. It's not even funny.
Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want him to get rid of him.
Like, no, absolutely not.
But at the same time, we're talking football.
Yeah,
so football. How realistically football goes. what have you done for me lately? And
yeah, no, that's true.
he hasn't done much. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
When it's come down to it, he's had to show up and play. There's games he has. But again, if it ain't the playoffs, it don't fucking matter.
No,
I don't care. I'm just that way. Like, bro, that's why to me, Joe Flacco is a fucking Hall of Famer. When he retires, he's a fucking Hall of Famer. I don't care. Bro made it to the playoffs for the first 6 years. He made it. He was in the NFL. And then to me, offensively as a quarterback, had the best postseason you could have. He came back and won every fucking game. He didn't throw any interceptions.
Unreal.
And then tossed in the trash just a few years ago.
Yeah. No, that's fucking crazy. So we're going to take a different direction right now. We're going to go to baseball. The baseball off season has started, and man, oh man, some big names are getting thrown around right now. So, unfortunately, Luis Severino couldn't hack it for the Yankees because I think it was between 2017 and 2019. Man was an all-star. He was a top 10, if not 5, finisher in the Cy Young Award. 2019 and beyond, he was a disappointment. So now he has signed a 1-year, $13 million contract with the Mets. Okay, cool. Have fun disappointing the other half of New York, you fucking Bob! Because that's all the Mets do is fucking disappoint. They haven't won shit. They've only had 2 appearances in the World Series in 2000 and 2015, and they ain't delivered shit since the 1986 World Series. But I got it pulled up right here, right now. The San Diego Padres should trade Juan Soto to the blank. So right now, one MLB expert is saying that Juan Soto should go to the Seattle Mariners.
No, I mean, see it. I don't know. For me, it's I think one of the big stages call him. You can't put you. I mean, you can put him with a smaller market team, but for me, it's like you're thinking a team that really wants to go get him, somebody who wants and needs a power hitter.
Mm-hmm.
You need a guy who's going to sit there and he's going to give you thwacks at the fucking plate. Bro, I mean Boston.
Another guy is saying that Boston, he should go to the New York Yankees.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say next. More than likely he's gonna end up somewhere in the Northeast.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Whether it be
honestly, for me, the only reason that Seattle makes sense is because they have a guy that they really haven't seen since Ichiro or Ken Griffey Jr. being Julio Rodriguez, and man, oh man, can that guy hit? I mean, you look at Julio Rodriguez and Juan Soto on the same team. You're looking at home runs, but essentially wins are what matters most.
Yeah.
The Yankees definitely need to build off of the abysmal, 82, 84 and win season that they had.
Yeah. It pains me to say it. But yeah. I mean, in my heart, fuck the Yankees, but my love of baseball is like, don't get me wrong, greatest player to ever play is Babe Ruth. Okay,
absolutely.
Babe Ruth, and that's why I think it's hilarious where these guys today are like, oh no, man, are you kidding me? The guys today would kill him. Like, bro, if you don't think that some of them guys were at fucking absolute peak top physical fitness, like you're talking about, like what a handful of people do today, is what everybody
modern day version of Babe Ruth being Shohei Ohtani.
I mean, yes, partially yes. But again, you're talking about Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth played the first half of his career in the dead ball era. Like you're talking about a tightly wound up fucking sock Okay.
That's
And
fair.
you're hitting home runs with that. You're
Yeah.
throwing that 90 miles an fucking hour. Like again,
The man hit 714 home runs.
like the whole thing is like, yeah, there's only footage of certain games and certain people and only certain angles you can get right. But the
Yes.
whole thing is, it's again, digital motherfuckers are smart. When you can slow it down, you can fucking, the space between, you have all the variables, so you can find out how they found out a bunch of the old footage from the 20s and 30s and 40s. These motherfuckers were throwing 90 some miles an hour fucking pitches.
Absolutely.
Now, let's be honest here in pitching. Like, there's only a handful of motherfuckers that can legitimately throw over 96 miles an hour on a consistent basis. Okay?
Absolutely.
In the world, there's only going to be about maybe 10 to 15 of them living it once.
Yes.
Able to do this. So for people to think like, oh, I don't understand why everybody can't throw 96 plus. Like, bitch, it's hard.
It is.
It's a
You wonder why so many pitchers have fucking Tommy John surgery. It was a big shock to me that Shohei Ohtani himself had Tommy John surgery this season.
Yeah. No, so for me, it's like sitting here thinking like, yes, your average pitcher is only going to throw to 90 or maybe low 90s.
Yeah.
That's what the average pitcher throws. But that's why they learn how to throw a curveball, a forkball, a knuckleball. You have all these different balls to get movement out of the ball while you're pitching it. That's why all this stuff has been invented. That's why people keep new ways. But so the thought in the fact that, oh, well, he couldn't throw 96 miles an hour, so there's no way he could be the best. The fuck does that mean? We just watched 50-year-old Ichiro strike out an entire girls' baseball team.
The motherfucker hit a 426 home run, and he's fucking 50.
Did you see him bust that window? The video of him busting the window?
Yes, that's the exact video I'm talking about. That's essentially like saying Michael Jordan would basically be DeMar DeRozan or some other freaking. Now, I'm not saying DeMar DeRozan is a nobody, but I'm saying like he would be a player literally lower than LeBron James in today's society. The motherfucker won 10 scoring titles during his time.
Listen, I'm just telling you, right? If you modernize Babe Ruth and you start his career like when he started out with Baltimore, okay, at what was he, fucking 17, 18 years old, and you start him in today's league, listen to me, you just fuck the 70 home runs. You be lucky that motherfucker don't hit 100 plus.
Facts.
Okay? Like, especially with the batters with the fucking strike zone, with everything the way it is now with the technology, the fact that the motherfucker would have actually worked out, and because I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Listen to me, it's eyesight and hand-to-eye coordination. That is the main point of hitting a fucking baseball. Yeah. Okay. If you've got really good eyesight, you got good tunnel vision where you can kind of like slow everything down and you can really focus on that ball. Boom. And then it's the coordination to hit the motherfucker. Yep. Bro, that's what he had. That's what he had. And he swung with his belly. That's why it was entertaining. This is the craziest thing to me. Boom!
Yeah, this is the craziest thing to me. Deion Sanders, arguably one of the best cornerbacks of all freaking time. And this man was a two-sport athlete like Bo Jackson. This man, Deion Sanders, was no shit asked, hey, what's harder, football or baseball? You're talking to a two-sport athlete. Deion Sanders looked the guy that was interviewing him in the eyes of his soul. And he straight up said, baseball is harder than football. Because like you said, the hand-eye coordination you have to hit a goddamn ball is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched that same interview. He literally says that you have less than 3 seconds to hit the ball. From the time that ball comes out of the pitcher's hands until it hits the glove. You have less than 3 seconds.
Yep.
Swing and hit that ball.
I mean, the craziest thing is, what was it? Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer both went to UCLA. Surprisingly, they both hated each other. Why? Because they had different pitching mechanics. Garrett Cole was taught, hey, throw the ball or pitch the ball as hard as you fucking can, and we'll go from there. Trevor Bauer, his dad taught him like work on your mechanics, it's not about like loosen your arm up, make sure you're trying to throw those kind of pitches that are near impossible to hit. And Garrett Cole hated Trevor Bauer because he was working on mechanics versus like, well, I was taught this way. Why are you getting to skip practice to go this way? And, I mean, just like, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Baseball does not get the appreciation that it so rightfully deserves, especially with the pitching clock nowadays.
Yeah, no, I mean, that definitely rings true for the pitch clock, but for me at the same time though, I'm very happy for the pitch clock. This year I got to watch multiple Orioles games because of the pitch clock.
Yeah,
because like it felt perfectly in the parameter, even at work. Like same thing. Like I can sit there and have the game on, and the game is moving. It's not every fucking 2 minutes. It's fucking 30 seconds to 2 minutes of fucking commercial.
Absolutely. And you're not having to sit there, look at the pitcher, like kind of get a feel for the ball, do the beanbag chalk thing, and then listen to the commentator say, oh, hey, here's what I did on my fishing trip. Here's what I did while I was on vacation during the off season. It's like, no, you're actually listening to them be like, he delivers he delivers a changeup. It should have been on the outside corner, but the ump said it was a ball. But don't even get me started on the goddamn fucking umpires. They were fucking trash this season. But at the same time, like you heard the commentators argue about the umps. I mean, it was crazy. But there's so much more going on this offseason. So the New York Mets, arguably one of the most disappointing franchises in the league right now, should trade their star guy, Pete Alonso, to the blank.
Okay, you confused me for a second because I thought you said Nets.
No, the New York Mets.
Yeah, I got you. See, Alonso, what position does he play?
First base. One guy is saying the Chicago Cubs. Another guy is saying the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm going to just be biased. The Chicago Cubs kind of makes sense because when you have another veteran like Cody Bellinger, who had, I think he won Comeback Player of the Year.
I don't know. Maybe the Dodgers.
Dodgers still won't win shit.
I know. But I mean, because they put Freddie Freeman as their first baseman, and I'm just like, bro, you can put him in the outfield all day. Put Pete Alonso at first fucking base. Now you got three guys who are almost guaranteed to get on the base on a regular basis and can knock them.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, the Dodgers do make sense. I mean, Freddie Freeman himself realized he made a big ass mistake, mostly because of his agent. When he went to the Dodgers and realized what the Braves were fucking doing. All right, so LA or the Angels, aside from wasting the talent of Shohei Ohtani, they've been wasting the talent for how long has Mike Trout been there?
Like, I want to say like 7 years, but I know it ain't been 7 years.
I want to say
at least 4, right?
I was gonna say at least 10 at the most, I believe. But right now it's being brought up that the LA Angels should trade Mike Trout to the blank. One analyst is saying the Philadelphia Phillies And another analyst is saying the Philadelphia Phillies as well. I mean, Bryce Harper kind of thrived when he was a first baseman. You put Mike Trout in the outfield, ooh, that's pretty deadly.
Oh. See, personally, I'd like to switch everything around a little bit, bro. If there was one dream that I had in baseball this year, it would be that the Orioles would go and actually fucking get one person, just one.
Shohei Ohtani.
Go give me one. Like, it doesn't even have to be Shohei. I want Shohei. That is my absolute fucking wet dream.
Yep.
But I mean, honestly though, I would be so fucking happy if the Orioles went and got just one guy, one key position guy, whether it be a fucking center fielder, whether it be fucking, a fucking left field, right field. We need a fielder that can fucking hit. That can fucking hit.
I mean, yeah, and you bring in a veteran like Mike Trout, Orioles can easily make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and that's what I'm saying, because we have all the infield. The infield is fucking covered for days. Yeah. Okay, so it's literally finding that one key piece in the outfield that can help on defense and can push on offense.
No, because, for sure.
I mean, that's literally what we're missing. We're missing that one veteran that can really push us over the fucking top. Now, would it be fucking awesome to trade for Mike Trout and then fucking go and get Ohtani? We're like, look, we're gonna run it back with the Orioles, baby.
Woo!
Sign Shohei to a 5-year deal. Sign Trout to a 3-year deal. Let's see how the next 3 years go. Because we've got all of our main guys for the next 3 to 5 years.
Bro, I mean, they're one of, if not arguably, the youngest team in baseball right now.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We're also one of the cheapest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like if we're going to spend, like, my whole thing is, like, every time we've spent money, it has come back to fucking bite us. Okay?
Unfortunately.
But we've always spent money on the wrong fucking people. Davis, why the fuck would you give him $100 million fucking dollars? Why would you give that man $100 million fucking dollars? Like, like, bro, you got a motherfucker like Shohei Ohtani. I would give that motherfucker $200 million right now. Sign the motherfucking check. You are my motherfucking franchise.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you get Shohei Ohtani, hey, you get a vet. You get
that dual threat player.
So that's what I'm saying. So he can literally pitch on day 1.
Mm-hmm.
He can bat day 2, day 3, day 4. Next
series,
he pitches second.
The offense is essentially covered for the Baltimore Orioles.
Now, I mean, we definitely need somebody who has more experience clearing the bases.
Yeah.
When I tell you we left men on base like a motherfucker.
Well, they clearly didn't leave men on base during that Minnesota game. They were clearing the bases like a motherfucker.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying when we were going up against good pitching, we would get one guy on or two guys on, and then it would just be like, done, go sit down. Yep. Like that's what happened in the Texas game. Like if we would have had one good vet that could have really pushed the team to
like
get
the Rangers had with Corey Seager.
There you go. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, man, if we had that veteran guy to give us that extra push, man, it's on like Donkey Kong. So yeah,
absolutely.
No, I would take both. I'd take Trout and Ohtani. Bring him over to the Dirty Bird side.
But speaking of the AL East, we're gonna stay there. The New York Yankees should trade second baseman Gleyber Torres to the blank.
Oh,
now,
honestly, like
one person is saying the Pittsburgh Pirates. Another person is saying the Seattle Mariners.
The Mariners were my second choice, but
okay.
See, I know motherfuckers ain't gonna like this, but you also got you got the Blue Jays.
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be tough. That would be tough.
Stacked roster.
That would be tough because the whole thing is like he doesn't just play second base. He can play second base. He can play shortstop. He can play third base.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're kind of picking your poison. And my whole
Mm-hmm.
thing is, if you get him on base, he's decent at stealing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He's got a little bit of speed. So the whole thing is like he's definitely a guy that you can work into any rotation. But yeah, no, if I'd like to see him go somewhere where they could use him. And I know like the Blue Jays, they have what is it, Guerrero and fucking
Yep, Bo Bichette,
yeah. So
Kevin Kiermaier.
throw him
They
in the
like
mix.
they got oh man, they have so much. They're another version of the Orioles. They have so much young talent. It's unreal.
Crazy thing is, I can't wait to see Jackson Holiday get out there next year. It'll be his rookie year. Bro, I'm saying. What's this shit? We're going
I love it. I love that.
Real quick.
Oh man. All right, so we're still gonna stay in the AL East. The Tampa Bay Rays should trade, I believe, pitcher Tyler Glasnow to the blank.
To the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles. Bro, honestly, if there's one thing that I think they're going to do, now they're probably not going to go get him. Even though I would. He pitched against us enough. Okay?
Yeah.
So, after watching him pitch, he's definitely one of those pitchers that I know a bunch of teams are going to be after. Mets might be looking at him. New York might be looking at him.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, again, Dodgers, Angels, because the Angels are going to have a little bit of money to spend too, because they're going to have to replace. So,
absolutely,
there's a few places. I mean, like I like what the Pirates are doing. They got some shit cooking there, but I don't know if that's exactly they're going to go after him as a pitcher.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, so obviously the biggest name, I know you want him on the Orioles, but the Chicago Cubs made it known if Shohei Ohtani is available. Surprisingly, the Chicago Cubs had a chance to get him, but they passed up on it. But they made it known if the chance opens back up, they are not missing out anytime soon. So while I could see Shohei Ohtani go to the Cubs with a guy like Seiya Suzuki, who's obviously hard on himself when he has a bad game, other teams like the Dodgers or I think the Yankees, there's quite a few teams that are definitely interested in Shohei Ohtani, but ultimately, non-biased, where could you see him going?
Worst case scenario, New York. Medium suggestion would probably be there's two teams that are going to try to go all in money-wise.
No, I can see it.
That's going to be the Cubs and the Dodgers. Those guys are going to throw the most fucking money at him.
I can see it.
Okay. Now, New York might be in that mix too because, New York is New York.
Yep, they got that money to spend.
But there's a couple sleeper teams that, might try to make a surprise run at him. I mean, like Miami. Miami is a sneaky team.
They got the talent there too.
So, I mean, then, you look over across the board at Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Atlanta could be a scary team, make a couple moves, and fucking what you call it? The Padres. The Padres is a team that we're talking about, especially if they move Soto. So if you move Soto, that opens up a lot more cash flow. So
move on from Yu Darvish because he clearly isn't it.
Yeah, no, I mean, so it's like you have multiple teams that have reasons, and literally within a couple moves, they could make it happen. But again, we're looking at the biggest bankrolls, people who are literally going to spend the most. And like I said, I don't see out of those three teams, I don't see anybody else really going gung ho like that.
Right. No, and honestly, that really wouldn't surprise me. But I guess everything that's going to happen for this off season of MLB is just unfortunately going to have to be a wait and see season, or off season, I should say. But we got some championship games coming up, or we got one championship game going on right now, for both tonight and this coming tomorrow being Saturday. So, oh shit. So this game actually just started, but it's the Pac-12 championship. Number 5 Oregon versus number 3 Washington. Who you got?
Oregon.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Honestly, I'm kind of riding the Washington momentum. Like, they got Michael Penix Jr. being a Heisman favorite, or one of Heisman favorites. They got oh my god, he's a defensive end. He's like Hawaiian, Samoan. Fuck, what's his I don't know. I honestly like Washington right now.
Okay.
So next game for Saturday, we got, I believe, the Big 12 championship game. 18 Oklahoma State versus number 7 Texas.
Oh, Texas.
And unfortunately,
Horns up. Horns up this time.
Nah, horns down. Fuck that shit. As much as I hate Texas, I'm going to have to go with the Longhorns on this choice. Let's see. We got Miami, Ohio at Toledo. Who gives a shit about that? This is going to be a good one. Number 1, the reigning, defending, undisputed, back-to-back national champions, number 1 Georgia at Alabama in Atlanta, Georgia. Who you got?
I'm taking Georgia.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Alabama.
No, I love Alabama, but, bro, let's be honest here.
Right.
Let's be honest here.
I mean, Alabama's defense was trash against a team like fucking Auburn. The fucking Tigers went down the field and marched. Like, no. Imagine what the number 1 ranked team, Georgia, is going to do to a defense like Alabama.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Mm-mm.
All right, so we got the Big Ten championship matchup. Number 2 Michigan at versus number 16 Iowa in Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were just reading the game off to be political.
Right. No. So it's Michigan.
Michigan's probably going to win by 14 points.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't surprise me either. No, I'm just giving you off the location of where the championship game is being held.
I was being a dick, sorry.
Hey, it's all good.
Like,
it's
all good. Matter. They're going to lose.
It is all good. So to close it out, aside from Michigan and Iowa, we got number 14 Louisville versus number 4 Florida State at the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going to go Florida.
Nah, I'm going to go with Louisville.
Okay.
I mean, granted, yeah, Florida State got the win over the Gators, but the Gators haven't been what they've been since 2009. So the fact that they won with a backup under center and Jordan Travis had season-ending surgery, I really don't wish that kind of injury on anybody. But at the same time, like, yeah, Louisville lost 38-31 to Kentucky, but I think Louisville takes this matchup. All right. So we got some college NFL predictions to make. Kind of surprised that Dallas beat the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday night. And the fact that DK Metcalf is taking sign language as a touchdown celebration is a flex on its own. because granted, he has nearly $100,000 in fines, but I mean, what he's doing as a touchdown celebration really speaks volume. Anyways, so for the early games, we got Indianapolis at Tennessee.
Oh, I'm taking the Colts.
Hmm.
I'm taking the Colts.
Hmm.
Like, I'm just like Tennessee, and it's mainly because I'm being biased. Every time I've bet on Tennessee, they've lost. So
That's fair.
I'm just to the point. I'm not betting on Will Levis. I'm not betting on Tennessee. I'm gonna go ahead. I'd rather go on the Minshew train.
No, I'll agree with that. I'll take Indianapolis as well. I mean, Minshew Mania was running wild in Jacksonville. Now, granted, he hasn't had the chance to, shine in Indianapolis, but the more reps that he's getting, the more confidence he's getting, which is definitely important. So, yeah, I'll go Indianapolis as well. Next game up, we got the San Diego Chargers versus the New England Patriots.
It pains me to do this, but I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as much trash that we talked about.
Like, no. Don't get me wrong. This is gonna be like a 10-13 game.
No,
It's gonna be 10-13. Like, New England defense is gonna fuck them up a couple times. They might even cause a couple turnovers. But I think eventually they're gonna get one touchdown and probably 2 or 3 field goals. Okay?
Yeah, no, that wouldn't surprise me.
New England will probably get a touchdown and maybe a field goal.
I mean, if
Or
they start
2 or 3 field goals, maybe no touchdowns.
If Bailey is wow. Sorry, I got Friday Night SmackDown on.
Zappy.
Anyway, yeah. If Bailey Zappi is a starting quarterback, the Patriots could put up some serious point because clearly Mac Jones ain't it.
Oh yeah, no. Mac Jones his time is coming on.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna have to go with the San Diego Chargers on this one. Next game up, we got the surprising what do they have? 2, 3 losses. The Detroit Lions. The last time they were actually good, JFK actually had a head. Anyways, so they are heading to Louisiana to take on the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, Detroit's gonna fuck them up.
Yeah, especially coming off that close loss to Green Bay on Thanksgiving of all days.
Oh yeah, listen to me. This is going to be a huge confidence builder.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Derek Carr and the Saints, they just dog shit.
Yeah,
dog shit.
Absolutely.
All right. So, being said, like, don't get me wrong, like, is it going to be a 14+ point difference? No. No. But it'll be at least probably more than 3, but probably less than 10.
I can see that. All right. After that, we got Atlanta. I mean, I'm really surprised that the NFC South, or actually, you know what? I'm not surprised that the NFC South is this wide fucking open. But we got Atlanta going into East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on the New York Jets.
I'm everything in me says take the Jets.
No.
But fuck the Jets. Can't take the Jets. Don't trust the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay. And just since we're speaking to the Jets, all right, if Aaron Rodgers comes back and gets injured, I hope the NFL sues him for that bullshit. But yeah, no, I'm taking the Falcons. I'm
taking the Falcons too. I mean, the fact that they're going with Tim Boyle over Zach Wilson is just mind-blowing. Like, you literally saw what happened on Friday against the Dolphins, and you're still going to go with this idiot? Whatever. It's your funeral.
I mean, they already watched one idiot. So
yeah, that's
true.
I have more faith in Zach Wilson than I do in Tim Boyle. I'll say that much.
I don't trust either one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't put my money on them.
So these next two games should be pretty decisive. We got the Arizona Cardinals at Pittsburgh. It shouldn't be any surprise that the Steelers get the win.
Mm. I'll say this. If Kyler Murray has over 50 rushing yards, Cardinals might win.
That's fair.
I'll just say that because honestly, if they can't stop him from rushing, then Kyler Murray's probably going to run it in for a touchdown or two.
Okay.
And that's really been Pittsburgh's fucking, I'm not going to say like offensively, no, they don't have a shit ton of weapons. You know what I mean? Like Pittsburgh should win this. Pittsburgh absolutely should win this, but I'm going to call it right now. If Kyler Murray starts running around that goddamn field and gets behind Highsmith and Watt,
yeah,
bro, it's going to be a long day for that defense. They're going to be playing on their heels, and they're going to wind up winning by fucking 3 points. But I'll say this: if they contain Kyler Murray, they win by at least 7.
No, that's fair. All right, next game up, we got Miami, who is arguably the best offense in the NFL right now, against the Washington Redskins. I'm taking Miami.
Yeah, Miami all day. Miami all day. Listen to me. Look, Mostert's going to get a touchdown. Hill's going to get a touchdown. Mm-hmm. It's just like, listen to me.
Even Jalen Waddle is going to get a touchdown.
And I'm just saying. Oh no, it's nine weeks already this year. Both of them have scored a touchdown in the game. Yep. 9 times already this year. Both have scored a touchdown in the game. More often than not. So I'm gonna bet I put my money on both Tyreek Hill and Mostert both to get a touchdown. Barring an injury, it's gonna happen.
Fair enough. So next game up, this will be essentially a make or break for the playoffs for these two teams. We got the Denver Broncos at Houston. Honestly, I'm going to have to take Houston because I feel like they're going to be on a revenge game after that close fucking loss to Jacksonville last week.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Denver is riding a 5-game win streak, but I mean,
I'm taking
what CJ Stroud has been doing since he came into the league is I really thought that the Texans were going to have the same record as the Panthers.
See, this is the thing, though, right? So Denver's defense plays towards the pass.
Okay.
So I like Surtain and them guys. Jackson. You know what? Like I said, I'm more confident in Denver's defense than I am with the Texans' defense. Texans' defense is still real young. Lot of young guys, a lot of moving parts. Like I said, don't get me wrong. Are they playing past expectations? Absolutely. DeMarco Ryans is doing a spectacular job over there with them boys.
Oh, absolutely.
But let's be honest here, man. Like you got a bunch of young guys out there versus a bunch of veterans. Now the Denver Broncos are clicking. Now the veterans are clicking. And I like, as much as Russell Wilson gets under my fucking skin, okay, as many parlays as he's fucked of mine, okay, he's still getting into the time of the year where he starts to play his best football. So now he's got Sutton, he's got Judy, they're moving. They're starting to get some rushing yards. The play
Sean Payton is finally starting to get some traction under his feet with coaching this goddamn team.
So, like, I mean, so I'm taking Denver.
Okay, fair enough. So next game up, it is the NFC South matchup. Well, honestly, it really shouldn't surprise me. We got the 1-10 Carolina Panthers going up against Tampa Bay. So it really shouldn't be any surprise if Tampa walks away with the win.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be more alarming if Tampa lost.
It really would.
Then it would be like, okay, it's time to start gutting.
Yeah. So next game up, I'll tell you what. So we got Cleveland versus the Rams. If Cleveland even sniffs a spot in the playoffs, it's because their fucking defense carried them there. The fact that their defense is number 1 in the league does not even surprise me because they have Myles Garrett lead the way. But they are going to be at SoFi Stadium in California. You know what? Fuck it. Give me Cleveland in this matchup, as much as I hate saying it.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm riding with Flacco. Flacco is the starting quarterback. All the betting lines have been placed. Flacco is the starter. Flacco gonna ride the motherfucking Browns to victory.
Okay, fair enough.
It's gonna be a 21-10 game.
Okay. Ooh, this next game is really gonna require some thought. We got a matchup of last year's NFC Championship. San Francisco going into Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
That's fair. I was going to say, like, granted, players on the Niners are healthy. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams, all those guys on offense are healthy, and we were able to see what Brock Purdy can do when they're healthy.
Look,
But
I'll make this real simple, right? Brock Purdy can't throw from his back.
Yep.
But all them boys, like, nah, man, that team is gelling. That defensive line is gelling. I'm sorry, San Francisco's offensive line is not going to be able to hold them.
Yep. You could have multiple Trent Williams on that offensive line, but unfortunately, Philadelphia is just they're taking the game.
And the same thing with the 49ers defense. The 49ers defensive line is too light in the ass to stop the tush push.
Yep, absolutely.
So
I was even watching the Giants-Patriots game last week, and the Patriots were looking to get set up for the tush push, and I was thinking to myself, the Boston push party. If they are successful, that would actually make a lot of sense for the Patriots.
Yeah, no, I mean, and so I know exactly what they're doing, and it's funny because so many people are just like they have their own little ideas on what actually occurs for the tush push.
Right.
So what occurs is it's essentially a bear crawl. So when Kelsey hikes the ball, his hand immediately goes down to the ground, and he's bear crawling.
Oh.
That's what makes it so goddamn effective.
Not to mention, they got some big guys in the backfield to help push Jalen Hurts forward to get that first down.
Well, that's what makes it so effective because the offensive linemen, they don't come up to block. They go down to crawl forward.
Right.
So that gives it a shim in the front. Now you have everybody else pushing them in the ass. So now that momentum is hard to stop. And like I said, San Francisco, don't get it twisted. This is going to be a fucking 32-34, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. 32-36 game. Like this, both teams are going to be in the fucking 30s. Like this is going to be a banger. But I absolutely. Brock Purdy is going to be mauled. Yeah. If he's not limping off the field by the fourth quarter, it's a fucking success. Whether they win or lose, it's going to be a success because absolutely. I fucking promise you, them guys are going to go after his ass.
It doesn't even surprise me.
55. All he's going to be seeing 55 in his nightmares, bro.
Absolutely. All right, so for Sunday night and Monday night, it really shouldn't be too decisive, but Kansas City at Green Bay, give me Kansas City any day of the week.
They're at Green Bay?
They're at Green Bay.
Give me Green Bay.
Ooh, okay, I like it. So for Monday's matchup, we got, unfortunately, this team season is done, especially without Joe Burrow under center. Cincinnati at Jacksonville. I'm taking Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to take Jacksonville. Believe it or not, the Bengals are the team that I thought was going to go after Joe Flacco. I thought they were going to go pick up Joe Flacco because he was a free agent. So I mean and he ain't retired yet. So I mean,
Yeah.
I thought as soon as Joe went down, they were like, all right, we're gonna go from Joe Burrow to Joe Cool. Yeah, go get Flacco, baby. Go get Flacco. Because
Facts.
honestly, do you understand that like Flacco is still is one of the biggest arms in the NFL.
No,
This guy has
absolutely.
not started a regular season, all pretty much the whole season since like he left us.
Yeah.
Okay, so for him to be like, this is very, very exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, the fact that even Zach Taylor is 4-24-1 without Burrow under center really speaks volume of how valuable Joe Burrow is to that Bengals offense.
yeah, I mean, but here's the whole thing. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not downplaying Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is very, very fucking talented. But
That he is.
if you have a decent arm, you have a fucking world star track team in fucking Cincy. Okay,
Oh,
they do.
absolutely.
Like, bro. I know what's his name just went down, but you still have Boyd. You have Chase. You have fucking God, why can't I remember the other guy's name? He's a slot wide receiver. Then they have the tight end.
T. Higgins.
Yeah. Well, no. Higgins went down. It's the other one. The other.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like their fourth or fifth string guy, dude. He his slants and his fake go ain't cut out, bro. Fucking
Okay.
he got Baltimore a couple times, but regardless of all that, there's a complete team there, a good offensive line there. Like, now, don't get me wrong, the Browns, that is very much, it's going to play into Joe Flacco's hand because they're going to run the ball 30 times that fucking, you know what I mean? They're going to run the ball 30 times. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to do a lot of checkdowns. That's his bread and butter. But I promise you, the second the Redskins load the box and come in for that blitz, he's going to launch that motherfucker 60 goddamn yards for a touchdown. And you're going to be sitting there thinking to yourself, what the fuck?
Hey, it wouldn't surprise me.
Amari Cooper is over 100 yards. Over 100 fucking yards. Joe Flacco is going to throw to him at least fucking 5 times.
It wouldn't surprise me.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Flacco, now don't get me wrong, he'll probably get around 200 to 210 yards. Okay. But I mean, and he might not even get 200 yards, but I know he'll be close to 200 because they're going to let him throw at least 15 times.
I mean, you got Amari Cooper as your wide receiver. You got David Njoku as your tight end, who's one of those like lean but also fast tight ends and can get you the valuable yards that you so desperately fucking need.
And then you got Ford. You got Hunt.
Oh,
you got Peoples-Jones.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they got a fucking team and they got a decent offensive line.
Yes, sir.
So now
and the number one defense in the league.
Now is Myles Garrett playing? That's the question.
Oh, yeah, I believe so. I'm honestly not too sure.
I don't have my phone on me right this second, but I'm gonna check because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, even without Myles Garrett, that's still a badass defense. That's still a badass defense.
Oh my god,
their secondary is fucking legit, and again, their linebackers are good. That Tiki motherfucker, fuck him. Fuck you, Tiki, whatever the fuck your name is. I seriously, I hope you shit yourself before every fucking game. Every time you wear white pants on a fucking NFL field, I hope somebody knocks the shit out of you, literally.
Damn, so you wishing this motherfucker steps on a fucking Lego?
Yeah, for real. Every fucking morning.
And that is the worst insult that can be said in today's society.
So last year, he was the motherfucker who injured Lamar Jackson. He fucking shoulder tackled Lamar's ankle. And then this year, he tried to do the alligator roll when he tackled fucking Lamar Jackson. Like, bro, I was screaming. I was like, man, if I was an offensive lineman, I would have been ejected out of that game. And so would him. He'd have been going to the hospital, and I'd have been taking my ass out. Because, bro, I would have fucked him up. Because, bro, everybody know you don't fucking alligator roll nobody's ankle, especially the goddamn quarterback, bro.
Damn. That's
the
fucking.
Kiko Alonso shit. When Kiko Alonso fucking went right after Joe Flacco's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew he went after his motherfucking head. Why? Because you knew that would put his ass out of the fucking game. Concussion protocol, you're not going to get your quarterback.
No,
so
that's
so
fair.
that's like, I mean, so when you do dirty shit, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, you a dirty motherfucker.
Damn.
I
No,
hope
that's fair.
you play back.
That is absolutely 100% fair. But that's all the time that we have on today's episode. Granted, it was mostly football, but there are some serious football questions that had to be answered and not tiptoed around.
Oh, real quick. How about them Red Wings, man? Detroit Red Wings. Bro, like 22 games. They've already won 22 games this year. I don't know if you watch a lot of hockey, but I've watched them, and they've played some pretty good games.
They have. The only thing that I'm like really salty about is the fact that Patrick Kane, 9-time All-Star, 3-time Stanley Cup champion with the Chicago Blackhawks, signed with the arch rival. But then again, I'm not too surprised because the Blackhawks did sign Marian Hossa from the Red Wings, so that kind of speaks volume.
Yeah. And
So
then
I do wish the guy a successful, like, maybe towards the end of his career type season. But at the same time, I really hope he steps on a fucking Lego because, like, Chicago and Detroit, they don't fucking mesh.
bro, I'm getting so much flack from my boys. So don't get me wrong, like I've supported the Capitals. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'll watch them. Okay.
Right.
But the team that me and Marley, my younger son, fell in love watching last year was the Philadelphia Flyers. So Marley got a Philadelphia Flyers jersey. When we went to the store, he saw one. We got him one. Boom. So it's like I think I might have to make that trip down to DC. When the Flyers come to play the Capitals, I think me and Marley going to go.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be a good matchup to watch. But yeah, like I said, so granted, today's episode was mostly football questions and predictions, but hey, football is in full fucking swing, so it makes sense. But that is all the time that we have on today's episode. Big Mac, I appreciate you joining me today. I will see you another time, my man, and I'll keep you posted on when I plan to do another episode. Peace out.
Peace.